Hey, how's it going everyone? This is Lam here. I just got my X-T4 in, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a quick unboxing and then I'm going to go ahead and do a quick vlogging test like I normally do on my channel. So at the very top right here, we have the manuals. Fujifilm's always loves giving us big, thick manuals that nobody really reads, but hey. And then the first thing that we're going to see inside the box is actually the camera frame. So we're going to go ahead, take that out, and we're going to go ahead and just put this to the side right now. And then what it looks like is that all of the accessories they put into this nice little box. Alrighty, so the first thing that we have is the USB-C cable. So this is pretty much the tradition at this point because this is also what's going to charge your batteries. So here is the AC outlet that you're going to use. Since I'm in the United States, it comes with a United States plug. It comes with an audio adapter, so this side is USB-C, and then you can plug in a 3.5mm jack because that's kind of the trend that Fujifilm is going with how they're going to be able to handle you listening to audio. Here is the new big chunky battery. Hopefully this one will give us some increased battery life, but we're gonna have to test it out. And finally, in here is the camera strap. This one's actually much thicker than the ones that we normally get. Now, if you haven't bought a Fujifilm's camera in quite a while, one of the things that they seem to have stopped doing is giving you these big battery bricks that you can charge your batteries with. Instead, what they're really wanting you to do is pretty much they have something that's a lot smaller and a little bit more compact, in which you're actually going to charge the battery in your camera systems. I much rather travel with something like this. So this can charge to the older Fujifilm's batteries. It's much more compact than this battery brick right over here, and it's just much easier to travel with. So this is definitely something that I would want. In the X-T4 with the new batteries coming out, they actually do have one that's very similar to this, but you do have to buy it separately. So before starting the test really quickly, I just want to tell you this camera is pretty much all in stock settings. So I haven't really touched anything. The only thing I've done is I switched it over to movie mode. I turn on face detect and eye detect so that it will detect my place when I'm vlogging or talking to the camera. And the two lenses that we will be testing is the 16-80 f4, which is on the camera right now, and the 18-55, because both of these lenses, you can get them bundled with your X-T4, which means you can save a little bit of money. So that's the reason why we're testing these two lenses. They're both terrific lenses, but let's go ahead, get out into the hallway and do the vlogging test, which is what I do with all of my unboxing cameras. Alrighty, so this is the default hallway that I go down for pretty much all of the cameras that I test. And as usual, I do not have an external mic on the camera right now because I just want to test the stock internal mic so you know how it sounds. I'm not going to do any cleanup for this first clip, but hopefully it still sounds very good. It usually does, so I'm usually pretty happy with the results. Gonna go into this same dark area. I have a blinking light and it might actually flash back and forth. You might be able to see it. And then I'm gonna go ahead and exit out. So this is the default settings on everything. And then I'm gonna stop here. I'm gonna shut off the lights just to see what it looks like in the dark. Then I'm gonna turn it back on, and one more time. So again, this is the 16-80. All right, so this next test right here is with the 18-55. Now the 18-55 at 18mm is kind of close to the face, so you might not like it, but it is a terrific lens. Everybody calls it a kit lens, but it is definitely one of the best kit lenses that you can get. So I really do enjoy using this lens. Even though I have some of the more professional f2.8s, I still keep around the 18-55 because it's just a terrific lens and I love using it, and it's just a great backup lens. So I'm gonna go ahead and exit out of this dark area, and you can kind of see how it works. So this is set at f2.8, and I'm gonna go ahead, shut off the lights again, and hopefully you can see a difference between f4 and f2.8. Turn on the light one more time. Alrighty, so this is a quick outdoor test. So I am using the Rode Wireless Go now. I did spend a little time actually setting it up, making sure that I like the audio quality, and I am going to do a little bit of post-processing because that's what I normally do. So this is what it sounds like with the Rode Wireless Go with a lav mic. Right now it's the 18-55, and I'm just kind of walking very normally down this concrete path, which is what I normally do. Generally speaking, most of the XT cameras do a lot better in the outdoors because there's just a lot more light. But unfortunately today is kind of a dreary day and there's really not a whole lot of light, so it's not going to be the most best test, but you can kind of get an idea of what it would actually look like. I personally think that these cameras do really well outdoors, and I do like the image quality and the picture quality, and the focusing is usually pretty good, but you can be the judge of that once you actually see the picture. Now, really not sure what the IBIS is going to look like, but I am very curious to see and would love your opinions on that. But this is what it looks like in full auto mode. Of course, there's always going to be a little bit of fine tuning that you can do, but in general, this is the quality that you can expect with the 18 to 55 outdoors while you're walking around, which honestly is a very tough test. So this is the last test that I'm going to do for this video. So this is the 16 to 80. It's a really great lens, and it's one that I personally really like to use. 16 millimeters is just a whole lot better for vlogging, but if you have the 18 millimeter, you can definitely work with it. Now, personally for me, I think this camera has a lot of capabilities. There is actually a whole lot of options to actually adjust the stabilization, and I really haven't dug into that because I just got this camera. So keep in mind that I will probably be doing other vlogs and I'll be testing out other stabilization that actually is in this camera. I just don't have the time to actually do it right now, but I am definitely going to dig into it and really want to see what this camera is capable of. Also, I definitely want to test it with the 16 to 55 and my favorite, the 10 to 24. But with the IBIS system in here, the 16 to 55 f2.8, which doesn't have optical image stabilization, it definitely is now an option for this camera system. So I'm really excited to test that out, but I figured just for this video, I'll just test out the two kit lenses, see what it looks like. You can be the judge of that. And then from there, I can do other tests and I can try other options that's in this camera. So hopefully you learned something. If you have any questions, definitely leave it in the comments below. I'll try to answer them to the best of my ability. This camera is getting kind of heavy, so I'm probably getting a little bit wobbly, but it is a really cool camera and I look forward to actually using it some more.